Now on Sunrise and streaming on CrossroadsToday.com, the health of Pope Emeritus Benedict has worsened. The Vatican says doctors are closely monitoring his condition. And more than 60 people have died in the blizzard wreaking havoc across the U.S. The death toll is expected to rise. Plus, the holiday travel nightmare continued Wednesday with Southwest Airlines canceling another 2,500 flights.
65 degrees currently in Victoria. East southeasterly winds about 5 miles per hour, almost calm. Dew points in the 60s, warm and humid. Rain chances today, and we'll talk about that and your holiday weekend forecast coming up.
We see some girls basketball scores and highlights from a soccer game. That's coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Astrain. Today is the 29th day of December 2022. The time is now 6:31 on your Thursday morning. And on this day in 1937, with the enactment of a new constitution, the Irish Free State became known as Ireland. Let's go ahead and turn to First Warn Storm Team meteorologist Trey Mining. Trey, a while ago we were talking about the Mexican heritage here in the Crossroads, but the Irish heritage here has some very deep roots as well.
Very interesting, of course. Always good to study history like this. You know one way that you can celebrate the Irish heritage?
What?
Eat some Lucky Charms. There you go.
I'll do that. Don't tell my dentist.
There you go. Yes, he'll love to know that. All right, on the first Warn Doppler radar, not seeing much in the way of precipitation. A few little echoes there. I think this is mostly false echo there in Wharton County and also near Bay City. And temperature is starting off in the 60s this morning, rising to the 70s by the afternoon time. And then we'll see calm winds currently this morning as well. That's why the fog is developing along the coast especially, but they'll pick up in velocities as we get the daytime heating going by 10 a.m. and by 11 o'clock noontime, 10 to 15 mile per hour winds with a gust of 20. So the afternoon time especially getting that breeze in. Then the front will come through in the daytime hours late in the day, giving us a better rain chances for that time period. Rain likely today, 50% chances. Morning fog also likely have some occurring along the coast. Warm temperatures today, right on through the first part of the new year. So looking, if you liked or did not like the cold air over the weekend, well, this is totally different this weekend. We kind of went from one extreme to the other. So something for everybody, cold weather or warm weather, we had you covered this holiday season. And current temperatures again in the 60s, 70s by afternoon time with rain chances. What about next week, which is the first week of the new year? Maybe some rain chances then. And what about your holiday weekend specifically? We'll take a look at that coming up in the full forecast. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey. After an hours-long manhunt, authorities have captured a man accused of killing his estranged wife in Georgetown. 38-year-old Ricardo Quinones was taken into custody Tuesday afternoon in Columbus. He was later extradited to Williamson County. Police say early Tuesday morning, Quinones shot and killed his estranged wife, Lindsay Quinones, in their Georgetown home. The driver involved in Tuesday night's bailout in Jackson County is in police custody. Authorities say the driver and two other suspects ran off during a traffic stop on U.S. Highway 59 just south of the Lake Texana bridges. The vehicle was towed and impounded. Deputies say they are still trying to find the other two suspects that ran off. Pope Francis says former Pope Benedict is very sick. Pope Benedict announced his resignation in February of 2013, saying he no longer had the physical and mental strength to run the church. He is the first pontiff in 600 years to step down. Pope Francis asked for prayers for him at the end of the general audience this morning. The Vatican released a statement saying in the last few hours, Pope Benedict's condition has worsened due to age, also saying the situation at present is under control and being monitored constantly by doctors. A historic blizzard hit parts of the United States, leaving behind a double-digit death toll. A national news tally reports the storm had killed more than 60 people as of Tuesday morning. The deaths were recorded in 12 states, stretching from the Great Lakes near Canada to the Rio Grande River along the Mexican border. The state of New York has recorded 34 deaths at this time, which makes up more than half of the deaths included in the count. The National Weather Service says temperatures in the east and the Midwest are expected to be moderate over the next few days. We'll go to Washington for the latest on that historic blizzard later on Sunrise. Now turning to the fallout over the crisis at the southern border after the Supreme Court let Title 42 stay in place for now. Undocumented immigrants and their families remain in limbo this morning, but they are still clinging to hope, and border facilities are overwhelmed.
This morning, thousands of migrants are waiting just over the border to enter America. While in the U.S., people in El Paso, Texas are protesting the extension of Title 42, the pandemic-era policy that allows the U.S. to expel migrants back across the border without an asylum hearing. Luis Campos says many people sold their houses to take on this journey. How will you go back if you don't have a place to return to your country? The Supreme Court majority on Tuesday sided with a group of mostly Republican-led states and ordered Title 42 to remain in place pending a hearing before the justices. However, in the ruling, the court suggested that the president has the legal authority to lift the policy, but the White House insists they are deferring to the court. Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch, the only conservative to agree with the liberals on the court, wrote, "Court should not be in the business of perpetuating administrative edicts. We are a court of law, not policymakers of last resort." In the meantime, border states are overrun with migrants and are struggling with the lack of resources. It's estimated that 18,000 people could cross the border every day if the policy is lifted. Texas Governor Greg Abbott tweeting he's ordered shipping containers placed along the border to deter more illegal crossings, which has become a near humanitarian crisis in his state.
I just think they can't handle the numbers and they don't have the funding from Congress. So here we are again waiting on Congress to act.
The Biden administration says it will continue to enforce Title 42 into the new year, even as people continue to attempt to cross. The Supreme Court has scheduled oral arguments on Title 42 for February. In the meantime, the White House is calling on Congress to pass comprehensive immigration reform, something not done in 36 years. Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
Let's take a look at our viewer poll. Today we ask, do you think Congress will pass an immigration reform bill next year? Okay, let's take a look. Wow. Just 9% of you say yes. That's a lot lower than when we first started the newscast, just 9% of you. And 91% of you have serious doubts that they will. Okay, thank you for taking part in our viewer poll. We may take another look later on in the show, but if you want to take part, go to crossroadstoday.com/vote, and also you can scan the QR code right there on your screen to take part. Southwest Airlines cut another 2,500 flights Wednesday. That has led to long lines of weary travelers at Southwest ticket counters. Airlines have canceled thousands of flights since last week's winter storm that caused problems across the nation, but Southwest has struggled as other airlines recovered. Southwest says it will reimburse travelers for reasonable hotel, meal, and alternative transportation expenses if they submit receipts. Here's a look at some of the top headlines you'll read in this week's Crow Record. DeWitt County hires their first ever woman assistant fire chief, and you can read about Megan Thomas of Cuero. He wants to become a professional bull rider. Dangerous sport, but a great sport to watch. Plus, the Crow Record gives tips on how to prevent space heater fires. We had a recent fire that was started by a space heater, so those stories and more are found at DeWittCountyToday.com. All right, get your cell phone or smart device and scan this QR code. It's our quick response code to download the Crossroads Today app. You can get breaking news alerts, vote in our viewer poll, get the latest news, weather, and sports, and learn all about our ongoing contest right there on the app. Submit those news tips and photos. The time is now 6:39 on your Thursday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now Sunrise. Fraudulent activity suspected out of Jackson County. Plus, we'll have the latest on the recovery from the snowstorms in the Northeast and in the airports.
And don't have to worry about any of that snow or here. Of course, we're actually above normal temperatures for the day today and tomorrow. 11 o'clock will be 13 degrees above normal in Victoria. And this is going to be sticking around for a while, even though we have fronts moving through. No cold air at this time. What is your holiday weekend looking like? We'll take a look coming up.
It's our end of the year store-wide sell-off with savings up to 65% off on all in-stock items. We have over $5 million of inventory that must go. So if you're looking for that deal and you're looking for a great bargain, now is the time to buy.
someone wrote into here and said, why don't you move the table so you can actually get into your chair? Well, who was using our set last night? Was somebody in here playing Kelly and Ryan again?
That's live. Gina Davis, Marlon Wayans, and Mark Consuelos.
I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Mr. and Mrs. G. Gelman, they like to come in here and play Ryan and Kelly. I don't get it.
A mother's love is the strongest love. The hate of those enemies overpowered me.
Bullied. She says she was relentlessly bullied by her schoolmates.
She's like, Mommy, I need them to accept me.
To death. Tell me about the Saturday that this happened.
I just started screaming her name. I'm not understanding what's happening in this moment because I never expected this.
Next, Dr. Phil.
It's our end of the year store-wide sell-off with savings up to 65% off on all in-stock items. We have over $5 million of inventory that must go. So if you're looking for that deal and you're looking for a great bargain, now is the time to buy.
Good morning. Once again, Trey Mining here. Temperatures, well, starting off in the 60s, of course, and 70s by the afternoon time. There we go, 2 o'clock, 73, 74 degrees. Not much change in temperature over the next couple of days, even though we have a series of fronts moving on through kind of a couple of days in between. We'll have one today. Main thing it will do is increase rain shower chances and thunderstorm chances around here later on. Cloudy skies throughout the day today, with rain increasing as the front gets closer, coming up by the 3 p.m. hour till about 4 or 5 o'clock, pushing on to the east early in the morning hours for your Friday. Clouds remaining, and then they'll begin to break as we head toward the late morning and the afternoon tomorrow. 76 degrees today, scattered rain showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two. Southerly winds 10 to 20 miles per hour, so a little bit of a gusty wind by afternoon especially. Tonight, in the upper 50s, cloudy skies, some areas of fog possible with some lingering rain showers behind the front. And then we're looking pretty nice for your day tomorrow, 73 degrees, northerly winds, partly cloudy skies, nice weather, of course. That'll take us through the New Year's holiday, Saturday and Sunday. First part of 2023 on Monday, seeing some rain shower chances with low temperatures back in the 50s coming up by Tuesday and Wednesday.
Soccer and basketball season are in full swing. Sports director Gino Perez has more.
At Crossroads, the Victoria West Warriors took on Manville yesterday. The Warriors started off quickly with a well-run corner play. A shot would be put across the box, then passed into the middle to Juan Arnayo, who put the ball in the back of the net. Just 3 minutes of play had gone by. About 20 minutes later, a beautiful through ball by Brandon Garea to Arnayo finds the back of the net yet again from 8 yards out, his second of the day. This time the role switch, Arnayo to Garea for the third goal of the day and his first of the half. The final goal of the day would come off of a steal and 2 great passes, one where the Warrior got taken out by a slide tackle, but Mario Vasquez would do the rest and sneak the ball past the keeper. The West Warriors held Manville to a shutout, winning 4-0. The boys soccer team will now prepare to play Gonzales on January 3rd. The Victoria East Lady Titans basketball team played in the Aggieland Invitational. The Lady Titans won the first game of the tournament, 45-24, but would then fall to Katy 7 Lakes by 6 points, 49-43. In the final game of the tournament, the girls basketball team won 34-29 over Dobie. That's your 25 Sports Now.
We want to invite you to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and on your cell phone, just search Crossroads Today Plus. Now to the aftermath of that crippling snowstorm in western New York. The death toll has risen to at least 38, and the Buffalo area is bracing for that number to rise. Across the region, progress is underway as crews clear snow-covered roads and restore power to customers. But this morning, there are clashes over the response to this record-breaking blizzard.
The deep freeze across western New York breaking as temperatures rise. In Buffalo, the driving ban has lifted, freeing drivers to dig out and try restarting their cars once buried beneath more than 4 feet of snow.
I really can't use words to explain how bad it was.
Though power is back online for many, the National Guard is making door-to-door wellness checks after widespread outages.
Because we are fearful that there are individuals who may have perished.
The Erie County executive going on to call Buffalo's response to the monumental storm embarrassing.
Storm after storm after storm after storm. The city, unfortunately, is the last one to be opened.
Buffalo's mayor responding.
People have been working around the clock since the beginning of this storm.
Nationwide, the storm now blamed for at least 60 deaths, with more than 30 counted from the Buffalo area. Among those victims, 52-year-old Monique Alexander. Her daughter confirming to ABC News a man found her mother's body on a street and contacted her family on Facebook.
I lose 2 days of holiday pay plus 3 days of regular pay because I was supposed to be back Sunday.
Thousands of Southwest Airlines passengers are still stranded days after the storm. The discount carrier canceling more than 13,000 flights this week, with more cancellations today.
We're focused on safely getting all of the pieces back into position to end this rolling struggle.
And now Buffalo is prepping for another potential weather event. Flooding due to rising temperatures, melting snow, and rain forecast. The governor says thousands of sandbags and hundreds of pumps and generators are ready if needed. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Fraudulent activity is suspected out of Jackson County. The photos you are about to see are from the Jackson County Tax Assessor Collector's Office. Authorities say on December 9th, this man, identified as 34-year-old Dorian Jimenez, tried to register 2 vehicles as salvage vehicles. Authorities say the 2 vehicles are already registered to Jackson County residents. Jimenez has a prior arrest record and a warrant is now issued for his arrest. Authorities believe this incident to be part of a much larger organized crime. The time is now 6:47 on your Thursday morning. Still to come, GFA Production issuing a voluntary nationwide recall of first aid burn cream and kits.
Weather in the Crossroads can be disruptive, like the big flood, Hurricane Harvey, and the Arctic blast.
Conditions can change in an instant, which is why we're committed to keeping you and your family safe.
Warning you in advance with weather alert days on air, online, and on our Crossroads Today mobile app.
From Victoria to Cuero and Port Lavaca, the 25 News Now First Warn Storm Team helps you plan your day every day.
From all of us here at 25 News Now, happy holidays and a happy new year.
In this morning's GMA First Look, one of the moms who helped bring a missing Ohio baby home, speaking out.
I knew in my heart that it was her. I knew for a fact.
Cheyenne Belmar saw the mugshot of the wanted suspect and recognized her.
I seen the mugshot and I'm like, this person looked familiar, but I'm not knowing from where.
The pair meeting at an Indiana gas station hours earlier and exchanging information.
She finally came outside. She told us to pull out in front of the house. We pull out in front of the house. She gets in the car.
The next day, Belmar and her cousin picking the woman up in their car to help bring her to justice.
Me calling her back was to make sure that she was still in Indianapolis and that I could figure out a way to get her into custody.
And coming up at 7 a.m., how they say they led police officers to the kidnapping suspect.
I didn't think that I would be a part of anything like this ever in my life.
With your GMA First Look, I'm Matt Rivers. ABC News, New York.
Hurry to Kohl's biggest clearance event for savings you don't want to miss. Save up to 70% starting now on must-haves like home essentials, active favorites, jeans, sweaters, boots, and PJs. Kohl's.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
At
The RealReal. Luxury is
Gucci.
Hermes.
Louis Vuitton. Luxury is
Scoring something amazing for 90% off retail. It's thousands of new finds every day.
The RealReal, where luxury is yours to define.
Shop now and get 20% off at therealreal.com. Terms apply.
Good morning. It's just about 10 minutes away from the 7 a.m. hour. And weather time, take a look at the temperature, 65 degrees right on through the morning hours. And by 2 o'clock in the mid-70s, of course, every area wide. And same thing through your 5 p.m. hour. Lessening as we get into the evening hours, 9 o'clock in the upper 60s. Waking up tomorrow morning with lows upper 50s, I'm thinking at this time. And also cloud cover currently in the morning hours will give way to some scattered rain showers and thunderstorms coming up by the afternoon, especially as the front gets closer to us. It'll push it all to the east, coming up by your early morning hours on your Friday with a few lingering showers in the eastern counties. Cloudy skies from the morning hours on your Friday, partly cloudy skies, but late morning into afternoon. So today, 76 degrees, cloudy skies, scattered rain showers and storms here and there. The later you go in the day, toward the afternoon and evening, the better the chances will be when the front moves through. Overnight low is 58 degrees, so a little bit cooler than we were this morning. And tomorrow, 73, partly cloudy skies and nice. And extended forecast for us, highs in the 70s, near 80 degrees. We're topping that by Monday with rain chances. Looking pretty good for your New Year's holiday weekend.
GFA Production is issuing a voluntary nationwide recall of a first aid burn cream and kits that contain it because of a bacterial contamination. The Easy Care First Aid After Burn Cream is sold in boxes of 10 single-use packets and included in some first aid kits. The FDA says using the cream could lead to life-threatening conditions in immunocompromised people. For those not immunocompromised, it could lead to skin infections. The FDA has not received any reports of people getting sick, but you can find more information on the FDA's website. Be sure to check your first aid kits at home and at work. The soda market continues to go flat as Americans cut back on bubbly beverages, but one brand has continued to grow. It may be just what the doctor ordered, Dr. Pepper, that is. Keurig Dr. Pepper is America's third largest soft drink maker, and it's gaining on the competition. It's in fact, Dr. Pepper grew its dollar share by 9% from 2003 to 2021. That may not sound like a lot, but it's impressive compared to a 26% drop in the carbonated soft drink category overall. Average Beverage Digest's latest data says Coca-Cola controlled about 40% of the U.S. retail market. Pepsi is in second place with 29%, but Keurig Dr. Pepper continues to grow with a roughly 25% share of the market. Still to come on Sunrise, news to know before you go. Several people were killed when a fire broke out at a hotel casino in Cambodia.
This killer's already claimed too many lives. When's it gonna end? It ends when we find Esme.
What if we have this wrong? What if it's someone we never even suspected?
3, 2, 1!
General Hospital on ABC.
Before you count down on New Year's Eve, count on GMA to be rockin' with Mr. Rockin' Eve himself, Ryan Seacrest, live this morning, and Jesse James Decker tomorrow. The rockin'est New Year's Eve ever kicks off this morning on Good Morning America.
There have been ups and downs over the last couple of years, but we persevered and kept moving forward.
And it has been awesome to see our community staying strong and working together when we need each other.
We want to encourage you to keep strong, but also know that when life puts you in a difficult situation, our law firm is here to help.
We are proud Texans who have each other's back.
So from all of us here at Cole, Easley, and Skiba, we want to express our deep gratitude to our community and encourage you all to stay strong.
Victory Kia and Victory Buick GMC want to let you know that you can lean on us. We will award $500 to a deserving winner. Drop off an entry form at any of our participating dealerships in the Lean On Me drop box with your story and contact info. Go to crossroadstoday.com/leanonme for more information or to enter online. You can tune in every other Thursday at the 6, 9, and 10 p.m. news to view our winners. Lean On Me is sponsored by Victory Kia and Victory Buick GMC.
And now it's time for today's question of the day. Many people make New Year's Day resolutions. According to recent surveys, by what date have most people given up on them? Okay, Trey. Orlo is guessing National Pizza Day, which I looked up, and that is on February the 9th, so
Okay.
it could be a possibility.
Maybe.
Kenneth is saying go on a diet. I think he's thinking of a different question.
Right.
Merritt says January 14th. Albert goes with the 31st of January. And then so does Melanie and also Mary Helen. And Beth is also with Kenneth. They're guessing on resolutions. She says losing weight. But that's okay. We love that y'all take part of in our question of the day.
Exactly.
Either way, we love waking up with y'all, and we love y'all taking part in the question.
Exactly. We thank you all very much. And the answer we're looking for, January the 17th. It's roughly about 2 weeks after the New Year's holiday. So right around in there, January the 17th. There you go. Stay tuned for tomorrow for another great question of the day to get your brain going.
Several people were killed when a fire broke out at a hotel casino in Cambodia. Authorities say the blaze started late Wednesday night at the Grand Diamond City Casino in the town of Poi Phet, which borders Thailand. They believe the fire started at a lower floor restaurant before spreading to other parts of the compound. Authorities say at least 7 people have died, 53 were wounded, and at least 8 people are missing. The cause of the fire is unknown. The city of Seadrift's boil water notice has lifted. The boil water notice was issued on Christmas Eve, and they lifted the water notice after getting the results of the water test from the state. Officials say the water was shut off due to enormous consumption from line breaks. Updated flu and COVID-19 vaccines are available at the Victoria County Public Health Department. Call the clinic at 361-578-6281. Choose option 3 to make an appointment and receive your flu or COVID-19 vaccine today. Currently, appointments are Tuesdays and Thursdays. Victoria households spend $300 per month on utilities. That's from a new report by DOCSO saying that it's up over 11% in 1 year. The study shows the average Victoria household pays almost $1,700 a month for the 10 most common household bills. That's 16% lower than the national average. Victoria is the 165th most expensive city in Texas for household expenses. And here's a look at some of the top headlines you'll read in this week's Port Lavaca Wave. The Port of Port Lavaca Point Comfort reports revenue to the Calhoun Port Authority Board, and the Calhoun County ISD Board approves a reinvestment zone for a Union Carbide project, and the Port Lavaca wastewater treatment plant is set for expansion. You can read these stories and more at theportlavacawave.com. A passenger disturbance forced a Southwest flight bound for Oakland to return to Honolulu on Wednesday. Passengers from Southwest Flight 8909 from Honolulu say they were already in flight almost for 2 hours when the incident occurred. One passenger reported hearing loud voices and ice cubes being thrown all over the place. The pilot could also be heard saying that he was going to turn the plane around and go back to Honolulu if the fighting did not stop. Southwest Airlines says the flight was diverted due to the behavior of customers on board. The passengers on the flight were put up in hotels and given $300. They will also get reimbursed for any money spent on food or rideshare fares. We want to invite you to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and on your cell phone. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. And we have time for a final check of our forecast with Trey. I hear it's going to be feeling like springtime around here.
Exactly, a little bit of spring here at the almost January 1st. You never know about South Texas weather, of course, but we're glad to have it here because it's nice and warm. And temperatures in the 60s coming up later on today, 70s by the afternoon time with rain chances coming in. Keep that in mind, especially in the afternoon when the front moves on through. So today we'll call it 76 degrees, cloudy skies, rain showers and storms mainly in the afternoon and early evening. Overnight lows 58 degrees. And for your Friday, cloudy skies, partly cloudy skies by afternoon, highs in the lower 70s. Extended forecast for us looking pretty good for the holiday weekend, Saturday and New Year's Day on Sunday. Rain chances on Monday. Carry that umbrella on the way out this morning and make it a great day. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey, and thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful Thursday and have a wonderful New Year. Adam Seibel will be here at the desk filling in. Come to crossroadstoday.com for more local news, weather, and sports, and join the evening team for 25 News now at 5, 6, and 10.